I'm Amy Dankel, and I've been on the school board for 12 years. When I was born, my dad was in the Army, and so I actually had my first move at 6 days old, so lived in several different places when I was very young. But I grew up in Louisiana, just right next door to Texas. I did like school. When I look at all the things that take place in our schools now, I see what all we used to miss back when I was in school. I didn't really have a favorite teacher or a favorite subject. My favorite thing about school was just really hanging out with my friends, to be honest with you. I started college thinking I wanted to go into business, and those classes I did not enjoy at all. That lasted not even a whole year. And then I went into education and really found my passion with that. I did undergraduate in elementary education, and that's the grades I taught for so long. And then I did my graduate degree is in curriculum instruction, and I did that once I was teaching and working in Virginia. We lived in Virginia about 11 years. The first 11 years, that was it. No, I forgot. I did teach for 1 year in Tennessee, and then when I got married, we moved to Virginia, and I taught there for 11 years. And then when we moved to Texas, I taught here at Finch and at Eddins Elementary. I always taught primary grades, K 1 and 2. I was only at Finch for 1 year. When I was at Eddins, we just opened the school, so it's so neat to be at a brand new school. There's a lot of fun with that, to set up a school for the very first time. My favorite thing about teaching was teaching kids to read. I'd love to see, when they would have struggles at first, but then when it all seemed to come together and they were a reader and they saw themselves as readers. And really one of my very favorite things being on the school board was when I would hand a diploma to one of my former students. That I really enjoyed that. I know a lot of our primary teachers never see the end of the child's education. They don't see them really after elementary school, so that was really, really neat to see those little 5-year-olds I had then walk across as 17 and 18-year-olds and receive a diploma. I have been married for almost 28 years. My husband and I met at college, and we have 2 kids. My son Nick graduated from McKinney North, and our daughter Stephanie graduated from Boyd. Boyd opened while for her freshman year, and Nick was allowed just to stay at the school he was at. He was going to be a junior. So, and they've gone on to college and grad school. Our daughter's a lawyer now, so they had a great start in McKinney ISD. They loved it. They started out at Glen Oaks, and then when Eddins opened, they went to Eddins, and then they both went to Scott Johnson, but one was at North and the other at McKinney Boyd. They both played soccer. In fact, Steph was on the state championship soccer team at Boyd, and so she's still real passionate about that. We loved going to those games. It was a lot of fun. Don't have any grandkids yet. Our daughter is married, but she and her husband are foster care parents, and they're going to be foster parents for a while until they make a decision to start their own family, I believe. I really like the aviation program. We're one of the few districts in the United States that has that, and I got to fly in the very first plane that the students made, so I thought that was pretty brave. I knew our kids were great, but I was willing to put my life in their hands and go up in that airplane. That's a great program. I'm very proud of our junior ROTC program. I think we do a great job getting kids ready for college, and we also do a great job getting kids ready for the workforce or for the military, because college isn't for everyone. That we have a lot of programs that they can finish in high school and then have a real job when they get out of high school. So I think another thing is I'm real proud of the Live Kind initiative that's been going on for several years. I think that's something that's missing in a lot of places, but we really need to look at the whole child, the whole student, and that really helps. I think it's a very important time to be on the board. There are difficult moments, there are difficult things that come up that we are able to deal with. Thankfully, our citizens are very invested in McKinney ISD. They love our schools, they love our teachers, and we as board members do too. We know this is a hard time to teach with, coming out of the pandemic, and frankly, there's a lot of negative noise out there, but by and large, people who are our citizens and who know our schools, have kids in our schools or grandkids in our schools, they realize what a great school system McKinney is. That makes it enjoyable. The thank you letters that we get when I see the students that come and get awards, and I just say, how long have you been in McKinney? And one young man said, since kindergarten, and it just reminds me the importance of keeping positive, keeping the focus on the kids and the staff, and not letting the negative things that are happening seep into what I need to take care of. I look at the things my kids have been able to accomplish in life going through McKinney ISD. I look at the great things going on in this community, and it's just very important to have great schools so all our kids can succeed. And I'm just really passionate about public education, and I know that our students are given a great start for their education, and I just want to make sure that great things are happening in McKinney ISD.